In today's video, I'm going to be talking about user and group analytics. Let me paint a picture for us. If you're looking at a product like Canva, Canva is mostly built, it could be built around a team to collaborate, to work. So you have different personas within that group, and different people within that group could do different things. So for example, maybe someone creates the design and someone else approves the design and somebody else has to present the design, all within Canva, because people have different roles and responsibilities within their organization. So that's where group analytics come in. If you're looking at your Mixpanel analytics just based off of users, then there's an inherent expectation that every user is supposed to do everything the same way. Everybody's expecting the same thing out of the product and everybody's expected to carry out the same actions. But by the time you're working within a group, you understand the nuance of personas and different people carrying out different responsibilities. It takes away the expectation that every user has to do everything within the product. That's where group analytics come. So think about group analytics as a way of understanding B2B and SaaS software, with different people carrying out different responsibilities and having different outcomes and expectations in your software. So for group analytics, it's just a way of switching from looking at users. It doesn't come as a default implementation in Mixpanel, so you need to enable it. And when you enable it, you have to define what a group is. In most cases, a group can be, like in Canva, it can be the Canva workspace. That is the group. So everybody is doing those things, but within the context of a workspace or a team in Canva, that would represent the group. The group analytics takes into account if one person within the group has carried out an action or triggered an event, then it is believed that that group has done that action, even if it's one person out of 100 people that are in that group. So that's how group analytics was. So for example, in the Canva illustration I gave, if a team has one designer, one approver, and one manager who shares the report, the designer designs, let's say, 10 designs per week. Mixpanel will assume that that entire group of that team of 3 have carried out that event, even if it's just the designer that creates designs. Mixpanel does not expect all 3 of them to carry out that event if the group has been defined and those 3 people are associated with the group. If one person carries it, it's assumed that the group has carried out that event. That's how group analytics works. It takes into account personas and understands the nuance of different people do different things, and every product action should not be expected from every user, and it's most likely a B2B SaaS use case. Unlike if you're looking at Uber is more of like a B2C, where everybody is interacting with Uber independently and there's no concept of a group, so to say. So with Uber, if I book a ride, it's just attributed to me, and I'm just me and myself. Unless Uber is looking at, let's say, groups of families and things like that. But for the most part, it's a B2C software. The expectation is there for every user to use Uber to book a ride to do this. There's no expectation for a group to interact in an Uber account. I hope that makes sense. Now let's look at how that translates into Mixpanel. So let's look at this report. It's a funnel report that goes from sign up to integrate SDK to upgrade. So we're saying, how do people flow from when they sign up to when they upgrade? Like, what is our funnel drop off in that entire journey? If we're looking at it on a user level, you see that this number of users sign up, this is like 8,000 in the past 30 days. Nobody's integrating an SDK and nobody is upgrading, and that's off. But if you switch it to the company analytics, you will see that the conversion is a lot higher, like way higher. From the user, we were seeing like barely any conversion, but the conversion is way higher because now we can see that 7,982 companies, so to say, signed up. Out of that, about 7,900 also have integrated SDKs and about 7,500 upgrade. And think about it, if you're looking at a B2B SaaS product, an upgrade is just carried out, let's say, once within a team. Not every user is expected to upgrade, especially if we're maybe like doing like a subscription product where it's for like a group of us, a company. If I upgrade the account, then everybody within the account is not expected to carry out their individual upgrades because it's B2B. So that's where group analytics come, because there are some actions that it just reflects the collective group effort. It doesn't really need to be done by everybody in a group. It doesn't come as a default implementation, but if you have your Mixpanel information, I'm sure you can reach out to the team and you can create as many groups as you want. So in this case, you have the company as a group, you have the document as a group as well, depending on what you're trying to understand. In this case also, when I just go from sign up to upgrade, if I'm looking at it from the user level, I'm seeing that out of 8,200 plus users, about 4,000 upgraded within the past 30 days. And this report claims that about 4,100 did not upgrade. And that might be false, because maybe that 4,100, they don't need to, because somebody within this 4,000 has upgraded for their team. So they don't have to carry out the upgrade action. You understand? So that's where the group analytics come. But if I switch this to looking at it on a company, I see that the conversion is way higher, about 98%. And that's taking into account the group. This is now the number of teams that have upgraded, not the number of people. So in this case, if I'm presenting this report, I need to present the report in such a way that I say, hey, in the past 30 days, about 98% of the teams that signed up have upgraded. But like, it will be false reporting for me to say about 49% of these teams that signed up upgraded. I might be right by saying about 49% of the users that signed up upgraded, but how valuable is that reporting if not every user is expected to upgrade? We only need teams to convert anyways, so we're only interested in team conversion. So this is the better report for that kind of reporting. Again, this is where nuance comes in, and this is where understanding this nuance reporting comes to play for us to present the right information to our teams. With Mixpanel as well, you can still go in there and see all the groups that you have and which users are in those groups. So for example, if you're looking at just users, if you go to the users tab at the top here, you see all the users that you have in Mixpanel. But if you're switching this way, then you are now able to see each of the groups that now represent the group entity itself, which can be a company, can be a team, can be a workspace by themselves. And of course, see all the collective actions that are carried out within the group. So every action that one person in the group carries out flows into the group as a group action. I hope that clarifies what group analytics mean. And the same way we have user profiles, we also have profiles for groups as well. So you can also define the different profiles of groups, and again, the group profiles would always change to reflect the current state. If more employees are added, the group profile will change. And if you recall correctly, we mentioned earlier that user profiles always get updated as well. So as more people are added to the group, as more information is provided here, the group profile changes to reflect the current state of the group. I know it was a lot and that is the reason why a lot of people find Mixpanel quite, I won't say overwhelming, but a little bit difficult to meander through, because there's a lot of nuance in how to read and interpret the reports and the properties and the entities that exist in Mixpanel. But the purpose of this video was just to give you a quick rundown of how you can play around with all of these entities, mix and match them in a way that helps you to answer the key questions about your products and the usage of your product that matter to you. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.